Extra invoicing tasks. We'll now cover some extra invoicing tasks. From a sales invoice, you can see a panel of tasks on the right. We'll look at some of these options now. Editing an invoice. You can edit a draft or saved invoice if it's unpaid and hasn't been included in a VAT return. To edit a paid invoice, you must remove the payment first. Once you've edited the invoice, you can allocate the payments to the invoice again. If the invoice has been included in a VAT return, please refer to our help files for further guidance. If you're creating an identical or similar invoice to the one you've created in the past, you can copy an existing invoice. This can save valuable time when processing and reduce human error. From your invoice, simply click Copy. You can edit the copied invoice before saving. If you have repeating invoices for customers who regularly order the same thing, you can set up recurring invoices. You can set up recurring invoices based on a current invoice. From the panel, select Recur. The invoice detail will automatically appear. Enter the reoccurrence settings here. First, select the frequency the invoice should recur. Select a start date for the recurrence. The start date can't be prior to the original invoice date. Set when you would like the recurrence to end using the drop-down. Enter a date if required. If you choose Never, the recurrence will continue until you manually stop this. Choose when you would like your invoice to be due for payment. Select whether you want the recurring invoices created as a draft, a saved invoice, or saved and emailed directly to the customer straight away. You can set up online payments here, however this is not mandatory. Once you have entered your recurring invoices settings, click Save. You are redirected to the recurring invoice screen where you can view the newly created recurring invoice as well as the list of previously entered recurring invoices. You can set up a recurring invoice from scratch here too. You can void a draft or saved invoice if it's unpaid and hasn't been included in a VAT return. Once an invoice has been voided, it will appear in the invoice list with a void status and is not deleted for auditing purposes. You can't reuse the invoice number. Above this task panel, you'll see a Record Payment option. You can record the customer receipts against the invoice by clicking here and entering the relevant details. Alternatively, do this in the Banking tab. If you have a bank feed set up, you can match the incoming transaction to the invoice. You have now learned how to complete those extra invoicing tasks within Sage Accounting.